Hi, friends and golfers. This is for all of you that struggle with early extension. I see it every day in my teaching bag. Hi, I'm Erik with EGS Golf and 𝗖𝗎CE_golf.com. Today we're going to get into how we're supposed to move better so that we don't do this, okay? The early extension is a thrusting pelvis towards the ball, okay? We need to extend at some point. It's called early for a reason. We're doing it too early. We need to extend up later, okay? So, interesting study was done recently, and just so we understand how this works, if I'm going to rotate on the ground, I have to put some forces into the ground to go a certain way, to twist. I can just go like this, and this is what I see most people come in to see me. They go like this, they swing up, they go like this. And it's like, I didn't do anything with the ground at all. I just did this. There's nothing in it. There's no power. It's not what Rory or anybody does. Their hips get open because they're getting into this lead side. I'm on the ball of my foot and I'm pushing back hard to my heel. This leg is straightening. Boom, we got a braking force and I'm cleared out of the way. Okay, and I push back. So think about this. When this golf club is swinging, let's assume I have a driver here and I'm swinging, let's say 100 miles per hour. At about that rate, when I'm swinging here, I'm having about 100 pounds of force pulling me this way. It's wanting me to go this way, okay? So I need to counteract that and fight it, okay? So like I was saying, in this study that was done, amateurs versus pros, they're finding it's almost a direct opposite, again, what amateurs are doing versus the pros. They're pushing 2.5 times harder on this foot than this foot where they need to be. Instead of pushing harder toe to heel this way, they're having more going this way. That's why you see a lot of this right foot going like this. You see that a ton. You see this massive gap in their leg, which is a big sign of a massive push this way. So a lot of the force comes back foot, but that makes a lot of sense because most golfers you see, amateurs, they swing back and where are they? Oops. They're on their back foot. So they get to the top and most amateurs look like this. Even if their foot's down, they're loaded into their back foot. Now they're moving into the lead side by the time they get to the top, okay? That's recentering. So I'm here, boom, I'm getting loaded into this lead side. So but most amateurs you see are still back here. So if they're on their back foot, how are they gonna have any pressure, be able to use anything on the ground? Remember, we wanna be moving pressure around in the golf swing, not mass, okay? So back in the day, this is what I think screwed up golf more than anything was the 80-20 thing. And I read it when I was growing up, Jack said 80% goes back here, but we're talking about pressure, not mass. So talking about pressure moving into this trail foot. But notice I can move, like I can move here. I'm pushing down incredibly hard right now. If I have my pressure mat, you can see it's probably boosted up to 80%. But there's no mass movement. I'm just pushing hard. So we got to learn to feel the difference between pressure and mass movement, okay? Great drill to work on this thing. You know, like we can get much deeper into this, understanding why early extension happens, other reasons why, but we can also work on preventing here. I'll just give this little caveat too. If you come down with this face open like this, or here, something like that, and you have this just terrible grip, I see a lot of people come to me that have this real long grip, it's in their palm, nothing works right, they come down with this massive face open. They're going to go like this to hit it. Why? It helps close the face. And actually they get a little power from doing this. So that pushing up and they get a little power. But look, I'm going to have zero low point control with that. That's going to be fat shots, thins. If you're back here enough, it'll be a nice top shot. So we want to feel that feeling of pushing toe to heel. That lead foot, okay? So here's how we're gonna work on this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna swing, basically, I don't care how you get to the top here. Now, from here, we're gonna work this move like this, okay? Now, when I'm moving into this lead side with the shoulder down, I'm also pushing. So it's two things at once. So I'm feeling myself doing this like dive down, but I'm diving down and I'm also practicing that pushing back, okay? So I wanna feel like when I get to the top, it's dive forward, and push back hard, okay? And we can hit balls with it. I like doing fill a bag up or whatever, an impact bag, but we're just gonna do this. We're gonna go here for now. We're just gonna feel it up to here. I'm gonna feel this move. And, once again, this is one thing where it's like contact doesn't matter right now. We're more worried about getting that feeling, okay? So I mean, you can see there, my low point was up there at 5 in front. I really moved down, and then there's this push back. But notice my knee, this leg doesn't come flying out. You shouldn't really see a gap between these two, okay? I shouldn't see this where you see this opening, okay? So another way to practice it is just get an impact bag, or you can even use a towel. I'm feeling that, and then I gotta feel this push back, okay? So look how I bank in with this foot. Look at my structure here. You can't see in between. See that right there, how I get on the outside heel there? So I'm pushing back as hard as I can on that toe to heel. This power up, boom, gets me back. The key is I have to have this lead knee when I do this back over my toe. I can't do it from in here, okay? I'm not gonna do it from out there. It's just how the anatomy lines up. When I get it right here, then I can push up, and guess what that does? That pushes me back out of the way. That is the absolute secret, folks, okay? If there's a secret in golf that all amateurs are looking for, where they're just spinning out and doing nothing, it's getting in here powerful and then feeling this boom. And another way to practice it is if you get down, you just go boom, and even you push off so hard that you feel that foot coming up. And you notice when you see long drive guys, or you see Bryson doing it, you'll see this foot come up like this, okay? It has to screw up that way or the ankle will break. That's how much pressure they're putting back. There's ground reaction forces for you folks. So work on this drill. This is an absolute game changer for my students who do it, okay? They become so much more powerful too. If you just think about this, you know, somebody who's going like this, boom, here, versus then you get somebody, that same person to go. I mean, think about the difference that's gonna have. And that's how I'm able to give people so much more distance when they come see me off the bat, just by this. But no one's ever been taught how to use this foot and how important it is. I think there's a couple things in golf I talk about a lot. Everything is around impact. And I call them secrets because the pros all do them and most amateurs don't, okay? And one big one is this lead foot, okay? Watch my other videos where I talk about wrist angles, because that's another one where amateurs get this trail wrist all wrong. And when you learn how this trail wrist works, then you can rotate more and hold this club behind you, stuff like that. But work on this. Let me know how it goes, and you're gonna start striping it. Look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again for watching. Erik Sjollberg, EGS Golf, and the 𝗖ście_golf.com.